Hey everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome to Ask Think episode number 60 for Monday, July 29th, 2013. Now, before we get to the questions, of course, you guys want to know how many comments there were last week, and it was another record, 3,930 comments, and Disney 56789CP was the closest with 3,923 comments. One more thing before I answer the questions, please leave your question in the comments below. Remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. And if the comments are closed on this video, make sure to go to the most recent Ask Think video and ask your question there. Alright, now let's get started with the questions. And the first one comes to us from XPrincess1212X, and it says, "Hey Think, when you start the Ask Think, can you tell us what you're doing in the background so we get a general idea of what's going on?" Yep, this is me in my survival world just after, well, I did it this morning, but it was after I finished the live stream yesterday. I went and I tested all of the horses. I haven't finished them yet. I'd say there's about 30 or even 40 horses in the plains here. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it when I stumbled on it, so that was really awesome. And a bit of the way through the video, I realized that I'm not going to be able to eyeball the speed on the horses. I mean, jumping you can test pretty easily, but speed, it's so subjective unless you have something like my Olympic training track. So I decided to go into the swamp and try and find some slimes so I could get slime balls, and I finally found some. So you'll see that, and that's about it for what's in the background. Carson Smith says, "You know, in the last episode, around the 1330 mark, you said the construction you're seeing here." And yeah, no, I always have the raw recording, and what you see on my screen, that is actually what is on my screen. It's just that I usually spend about 20 or 30 minutes in Minecraft pre-recording things. So I know my Ask Thinks are about, between 20 and 30 minutes. So I record some of the gameplay, and I know what I did, which is why with the last question, I was able to tell you guys what is in the background. Shadow Ninja 139 says, "Think, do your bones crack a lot because you're old?" Hey, I am not that old. Come on. Amberly Williams says, "When you were a kid, did you get in trouble? It seems like you would." Well, you'd have to ask my parents. I would say I was a pretty good kid, but I definitely got into my share of mischief with my friends. I Love Cloud 14 says, "Hey Think, how much time are you normally on the computer?" What I mean is daily. It depends, but usually between 12 and 16 hours, and I know that's not something your parents want to hear, but it's my job, so that's okay, and my wife works long hours, so I do too. The next few people are talking about asthma, and yes, I do have asthma. I have allergy-induced asthma, and I do understand the embarrassment and not being able to do things that other kids do. I also do have the hot and cold type of asthma like Amanda Aguirre, although it's not exercise induced, so I can kind of play sports, but that's another story for another time. Jasper the End asks, "Do you read every message you get? All of them?" Yes, I do, and if you guys didn't know, Jasper the End, I think, is now a subscriber, and he is the creator of the code and the Code 2 maps, so I'm really kind of honored. The Fun Girl Goody Girl says, "Think, what's your favorite sport?" Well, my favorite sport to watch on TV is NBA basketball, and I like college basketball as well. Live, I really like watching hockey live. And as far as playing sports, I've never really been very good at any sport. I played a lot of racquetball in college, and I got pretty good at that. But yeah, I never really played any other sports. Minecraft Epicness 78 asks, "Has you ever broken any limb on your body?" Nope, I've never broken a bone. Jim 2010 CB asks, "Think, is a Silver Yeti a good microphone?" It is. I don't know too much about the Yetis, but I would recommend you go for the Yeti Pro just for the output, headphone output on the microphone. Nathaniel Guevara asks, have you ever had a time when editing a video and you saw a mistake you made and then a whole bunch of people screaming in caps the mistake and getting all mad at you, making you sad? It doesn't make me sad or anything, but I do like to have my videos on a professional level, and when I make a mistake and I don't realize it until it's uploaded and it's too late, sometimes I take it down and redo it, but other times I just leave it, and yeah, it bothers me that I made the mistake more than anything at all. The next two people are talking about the royal baby that Prince William and Kate Middleton had, and they named it George, if you guys didn't know. And yes, I did know about it, and I was really hoping they were gonna call it Kong. You guys get it? Because when he becomes king, then he'd be King Kong. Sabertooth Kitty 5 says, "Hey Think, how did you teach Kopi to bow?" Well, the easiest way to do it, and it's actually quite an easy trick, is every time she would stretch, and your dog Xena probably does it too, when they bend down to stretch, like they put their feet forward and bend their head down and they stretch, you say bow and give them a treat. And every time they do that, naturally, you say the word and give them a treat, and eventually they'll do it on cue. Isaiah Duckworth says, "Do you think, why do YouTubers say so yeah anyway so much?" I think it's just a way to fill the space, kind of like or like I just said twice. But they are saying something and then they kind of haven't thought of what they're going to say next, and so they just, so yeah, anyway, this is next, you know? The next bunch of people are talking about my Draw My Life, which is supposed to be my 100,000th subscriber celebration episode, thank you sort of thing. And yes, I have done it. I've done the audio, it's all set. I don't think there will be any changes made to it, and I finished the script, and then I did the audio and edited it and got it all set, and then I got on the floor, because that's how I had to set the camera up, with a whiteboard and a bunch of markers. I got all these cool colors and everything. I thought I was going to do really well, and I spent about 30 minutes drawing, and I don't know what's wrong with my hand, but I think of what I want to appear on the whiteboard, and my hand just doesn't do it, guys. It just doesn't work. And after about 30 minutes of getting really frustrated and things just not coming out the way I wanted them to, and not being up anywhere near the quality that I expect from myself, and that I want to give to you guys, I decided to get onto DeviantArt and hire an artist. I went on and I commissioned an artist, and she sent me the video. She did it over the weekend. It is 6 hours long of her drawing all the scenes, and I am editing it. And it is taking me a very long time. I've edited about 1.5 minutes, almost 2 minutes of the video. And I would say that that has taken me about 2.5 hours of editing just to get almost to the 2-minute mark. I guess when I started, I was a little bit slower, but I would say on average, it's about an hour per minute of editing. And you guys wouldn't believe it, but it really is, because you have to speed up and slow down and pause certain parts and cut here and cut there. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's gonna be a little bit longer. I will get it done this week because I have everything. I just have to go through it. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you guys the first minute of the Draw My Life right now, and you guys can check it out. Let me know what you think, and I'll give you guys a preview and show you that I really am working on it. So here you go. Hey everyone, my name's Justin, and I'm gonna do a Draw My Life. I've been pretty nervous about this because I can't really draw, and I didn't think I really had interesting or inspirational story. At least it's not as interesting as some of those I'm seeing on YouTube. But anyways, here we go. I was born on May 30th, 1977 in a little state called Texas. Both of my parents have 3 brothers, so I have 6 uncles and more cousins than I can count. When I was about 2 years old, my parents gave me this new toy to play with called a sister. I really loved having a sister when I was younger, but we didn't get along so well in high school. Right after my sister was born, we got our first dog. Her name was Missy, and I don't really remember her very well because she ran away when I was 6 or 7. But I do remember looking for her every day for weeks around the neighborhood after school. My sister and I didn't find out until about 5 years ago that my parents actually gave her away to another family. AGBFFs Forever says, think, when was the last time you cried? Funny you mentioned that. When I was working on my Draw My Life video, I got to the end of doing the audio and I didn't cry, but I got fairly emotional. And then when I edited it and listened back to it, I got really emotional. I mean, I teared up, and I know that's like weird for a guy to admit, but yeah, I'm kind of a softie. You guys know that. And when I listened back to it at the end, I was like, oh my God. You guys will see. I mean, it's not sad or anything. It's just, by the time I get to the end, it just, I've told my whole life to you guys, and to listen back to it and then get to the end, which brings me current to today, it just, listening to that journey, it really made me emotional, and I hope you guys like it, because I put so much work into it, and oh gosh, I'm nervous now. First Down Production says, take this time, Think, to relax and get yourself a nice cup of coffee on this fine morning. It must have been real tiring having to read a 1900 plus comments so far. Also take this time to give Kopi a 10-second back rub. Okay, please continue reading, good sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I did the questions this morning, and I looked at the timestamp of when I started until I finished, and from the first screenshot I took of questions, which was 6 a.m., it took me until 7:38 to read all the questions. So it takes about an hour, 40 minutes to go through the questions, and then I have to number them, which takes another 20, 30 minutes, and then to get them in order of something sensical, and then I do this, which takes about 30 minutes, the recording part, and then I do the editing, which takes another 30 minutes or so. So these are taking longer and longer because of all the comments, but I love it, guys. So I think it takes me about 4 hours to do one of these now, minimum. So thanks for the break. Bright Famia says, I think it's ridiculous in Club Penguin. It took about a week to make a hotel, but it's taken months to only rebuild the EPF. Well, that's not entirely true. You see, it seems like it only took about a week or two to make a hotel, but they could have had that in the works for quite a few months, but only told us about it about a week or two in advance. The thing about the EPF is we've been asking about it, and we've known about it for a long time, so it looks like it's taking longer, but let's just imagine we didn't know anything about the EPF, right? They wouldn't have mentioned anything, and then when it's about done, they would have mentioned something and it would have seemed like it only took a week or two. So that's the difference. KeptoCB says, did you mean to spell your second YouTube channel Thinknoodles TOO and not Thinknoodles TWO? Yes, I did mean to do it that way. It's sort of a play on words because Thinknoodles 2 is like my second channel, like the number 2, but then it's also my channel, also a part of me, so Thinknoodles TOO. Makes sense, right? 1999 Blue says, what do you think of the Star Wars Takeover? I think it's really excellent. As a non-member though, maybe not as excellent, but I am so excited when I log into Club Penguin and I hear Star Wars music everywhere. It's so awesome. Angela 123456789 says, think back in a previous Ask Think, someone asked what you would do if you had 1 million views on one of your videos. You said you would jump up and down on your bed. Did that happen? Kind of. I got on the bed and started jumping up and down, and Kopi got really mad, and she started doing her own thing, or maybe she didn't get mad. Maybe she was just as excited as I was, and she joined in too. The next few people ask about Grazer's Minecraft username, which he changed from Grazer10CP to GrazerMC, and why did he change it? Well, there are a few reasons. The first one is he wanted capitals in his username. It was all lowercase before and he thought it was ugly, so he capitalized the letters in it. Second, he wanted to take the 10 out of his username, so it's just Grazer. And third, he wanted to take the CP out of his username. He would have just gotten Grazer with a capital G, but it was already taken, so GrazerMC. The next few people ask about my skin and how long it took me to make it. I actually made it while I was on vacation in Thailand, so I can't tell you how long it took me to make it because I didn't do it in one sitting. Just every time we took a plane trip or a car ride, I brought the laptop out and started working on my skin, but I would say from the beginning to the end, and I made a lot of revisions until I settled on the final skin. It was probably about 6 hours. The next couple of people ask if Grazer is my best friend. Well, my wife is my best friend, and Kopi's probably my second best friend because I spend a lot of time with her every day. But as far as gaming goes, Grazer's my BFF. The Masono asks, if you find another end portal, would you be transported to a different end or the same end with a different location? Well, you would be transported to the same end, and I think you would spawn in the same location on that end island. There are 3 strongholds with 3 end portals, and I think they all go to the same spot, but they definitely don't go to a different end. There's only one end. The Gamer Boy X3 says, hey Think, do you have Minecraft on the Xbox 360? No, I don't. I just have it on the PC and on my phone, and I have a really hard time playing it on my phone. My thumbs are too big or something. It's terrible. Nicholas Falcone says, hello Think, here's my question. For your Let's Play, can you go to the Nether just for fun? You know, to annoy the pigmen? That doesn't sound like very much fun, because pigmen are mean. I will go to the Nether soon in my Let's Play because I want to find a fortress in 1.6 that we haven't visited before. Obviously, we've only visited one fortress so far, but we need to get far enough away from the current fortress so that it's generated in 1.6, and then we can get horse armor and kind of cool little chests. The next group of people are asking about playing Cops and Robbers, and I've seen it quite a bit, but this has been a lot on my Ask Think, so I will definitely make it a priority to get my friends together to play Cops and Robbers. It's a little bit tough because you need 5 people, and getting together 5 people at the same time to play is a little bit complicated. Steve Davidson says, Think, on Death Swap, why do you make a pickaxe first? Well, the reason for that is I want to conserve wood. So I make the crafting table and then a pickaxe, and then I usually try and find stone right away, and then I make the stone tools like a stone axe, stone shovel, and stone sword. That way I don't waste wood making wooden tools. Exel Leon says, Dear Think, if you're scared and tired of slashing zombies, make a barrier around your premises. Well, I don't know if you've seen in my Let's Play, but that little cell of the 3 villagers that's walled off completely with the windows right in front of my Iron Golem farm, that is an anti-zombie mechanism. I didn't intend for it to be, but any zombies in the area love that way more than they love me, and they go for it every time, so I don't really have to worry about zombies. Punchi asks, Think, do you record Minecraft full screen on your iMac? No, I don't. My iMac is a 27-inch iMac, which is 2560 by 1600 or 1680? 1600, I think. And that's a bit big, so what I do is I play in windowed mode in 1920 by 1080. The next couple of people ask about dog frogs and what one might look like, so I did a little Google image search and I came up with the following images, and one of them looks like it could be Kopi. The Forever Black Butler says, Think, apparently I can't fly to New York because trying to find someone and taking a picture of them is not a good excuse. Do you think it's a good excuse? Well, flying to New York and finding someone and taking a picture of them isn't a great excuse unless that person is me. Sadia Ansari says, Hello, Thinknoodles. I see you have successfully stolen my bald noodle dog frogs. I have one question. Why you do this? Christina Wellan says, Guess what? I went on vacation. I saw a noodle shop. I went inside. They had all kinds of noodles, chocolate covered noodles, giant noodles, even Thinknoodles. So here's my question. If you were transported to that noodle shop, would you A, buy the noodle shop and eat all the noodles, B, live in the noodle shop, or C, buy a noodle for every sub, which would give you about 100,000 noodles, or D, show your face? Please put on Ask Think. Well, I don't know how D has anything to do with anything, but maybe I would buy the shop and then give away noodles for every sub. Probably live there too, because I wouldn't have any money left. Amanda Brown says, Think, stop! The Kopi in your apartment is a fake. I'm the real Kopi, so I will be waiting for you to pick me up at my house. I mean, woof! I think I'm on to you. Ralph, guy you don't know, says, here's the Noodle Oath. I hereby pledge to the noodle to defend the King Noodle god known as Thinknoodles. Then I will defend the Noodle Tree Fort with all my noodle powers bestowed upon me by Thinknoodles and the enchanted Noodle Blade, and to destroy all creepers, zombies, or skeletons. I solemnly swear to uphold this code while defending all slimes with my loyal friends Thinknoodles and Kopi. I love it. I actually put my arm in the air and did that for you. WidGCP says, did you know if you fill a water bottle, take it into a dark room, and then pour water on the floor, you just wasted your time? Okay, and I guess I wasted even more time by reading that about wasting my time. Well, guys, that's it for this week's Ask Think. Please leave your question in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, noodle on!